What's up, my Finna loves? This is Finna D coming to you all from Finna Team News. I just talked about this guy about 8 days ago in the video I did when I was talking about how Andy said that there are two housewives that he hates, but he would never say who they are, but he keeps them around because they're good TV. And of course, Kenya Moore's name was dragged into the discussion. And when I was giving different examples and things that, Andy has done to Kenya and just how terrible he is to her, I mentioned this situation right here. We cannot forget the setup. The setup with this guy right here on the screen. I'm not even going to say his name. Yep, he just said, I am going to just sit back and watch this white man demolish this queen. And I'm going to laugh. And I'm going to be like, oh, whatever. It's just a show. He was throwing shade. Kenya called herself the shade assassin. So I thought she could handle him and take him. Yep, he was going to set it up and then hide his hand had this man, like I said, demolish Kenya Moore. But then his plan backfired because Kenya came in there swinging. No rehearsed read. No, I'm going to edit and cut your voice off so all of America can hear this read and make it look like you just sat there and didn't have no rebuttal. No. Kenya is so quick with it, smart and quick on her feet. She kept firing back at this guy. At the end of the day, Annie had no option but to bow down to the queen now. This was his laughter. That's how funny she was when she destroyed this man. You can watch and listen to that full discussion by clicking the very first link in the description below, just in case you missed that video. So to see him being tagged in Kenya Moore Instagram story and vice versa, I was like, what is going on? So basically, he posted a clip of Kandi being on the Wendy Williams show. He's the co-host. All right, he was the co-host when Kandi was there promoting her show, Kandi and the Gang. He posted love at Kandi talking hashtag RHOA and at Kenya on Wendy's show. So Kenya responded, "Did you behave?" And she tagged Michael with a laughing face emoji, okay? And he went ahead and reposted it. Basically letting everyone know that, yes, she read me. I know. We cool, okay? We're cool. And that's one thing about Kenya. Reading someone or not, whenever situations happen, she said what she had to say and then she moves on. That night when that situation happened, Michael got in like bigger trouble and even Kenya defended him. So when I saw his name, I was like, don't tell me he's trying to go over round two. Then I saw what was happening and I said, okay, he learned his lesson. Ain't no round two. But most of you are aware that Bravo and Kandi and her entire gang as in her family, okay? Most of you are aware her new show coming out, and Bravo and Kandi been pulling out all the stops. I mean, they were in full promotion mode. She's everywhere. All right, so they were in Times Square. I'm not going to press play on this video right here because even though it's on Instagram, I'm not sure if Kandi have it linked to her company or have copyrights on it and all of that. So I'm not going to press the volume. But if you are someone, it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds long.
Hey, Shatrika! Yes, Brian! Look at what y'all doing! Brandon, Philip, Brian.
Okay, I'm not going to play all of it. Say what you want about Kandi, and I know that some of you are not here for my joys right now, even though the interview is old and someone rehashed some hot mess. The reason why Kandi will continue to be blessed is because not only is she grateful for what she has and she's humble, She doesn't hesitate to give back, to bless others, and to share it. Did you hear the joy in her voice, calling out different people on the show or her team, calling their name out? Basically saying, look at what you all are doing. You're on a billboard in Times Square. This is a woman who's been doing this for a long time, and she's a legend in her own right, but she's just so happy that she's able to provide this type of opportunity, not only provide people, jobs to provide for their family, but she's like, look at what y'all doing. I'm here for that video. So if you are someone who's on social media, absolutely visit Kandi page. It's right there. It's just Kandi, and watch that video. Or if you're not on social media and you don't have Instagram, you can just type Kandi Instagram in Google. It's going to pull it up and click on it, and it will take you to her page. Okay. But yeah, so I was just here for that video. But basically, they've been promoting everywhere. Okay. So that video, there goes the family and some, the team. All right. So yeah, so one of the stops was, of course, on the Wendy Williams show, praying for her health and everything, but Michael was hosting. And the only reason why we're here is for the part where Kandi basically, said to him, "Ooh, Kenya read you." Basically reminded him. Now, I know some of you were in the comment section coming for him because, Wendy does the shoe cam. And so, Kandi, feet looking good and all. And he just said, and Kandi said, imagine rushing and coming over here in summary and not doing your feet or your toes or things like that. Thank God my feet is done. And he made the comment of, yep, your feet looks perfect. It's lotion and all of that. And I saw some, and people were like, oh, Lord, here we go. He's shedding Kenya. He was just simply agreeing with Kandi. I'm not here for the guy, but he was simply agreeing with Kandi. Continuing the conversation about your feet not being done or your feet not looking right, basically. Kandi also said that she and Todd been married for 8 years. Wow, that's awesome. And then he brought up the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He brought up Kenya. Kandi said, reminded him of the verbal beatdown and reading that Kenya gave him. Of course, he said that the situation went further than he expected. He and Kenya, they're all good. He's here for Kenya. He likes Kenya. He talked about, being happy for Kenya and having her beautiful daughter, Brooklyn, and how he's DM'd Kenya. So he and Kenya been good. And so Kenya was like, yeah, of course Kenya been good. And then Kenya was like, well, because she read you, so of course she was good. But my thing is, even if it was the other way around, Kenya is not someone that hold on to things unless the other party insists to hold on to things. She moves on quickly. Speaking of reading someone, Kandi also said that on the next season coming up, that Kenya was just reading people left and right. She said Kenya read someone so badly that the lady called her a Kandi a day or so later and say, basically said to her, why did you let her read me like that? Okay. And I'm like, okay, now it gotta be Drew or one of the new girls. Okay. Because Drew was up, whatever, last season, and now this season without Cynthia Bailey being there and without that person being there. Of course, Drew was doing everything in her power to start with Kenya, and then when she realized, okay, this ain't what I want, all right, I don't want no problems with a shade assassin, she then, turn around and they're cool now. She says either Drew or one of the new girls. If Kenya read Milo and Milo called Kandi and said that, Milo, you should be used to Kenya reading you at this point. Like, there's no competition in that department. I know I don't have a comeback. I know the only comebacks I have is to hit below the belt and say something nasty, and that's not reading. We shall see who she's talking about. If it's Milo, like I said, I'm going to laugh because, girl, you really called Kandi. You should be used to the reading by now. So it's between Drew and one of the new girls, I think. Cha, I forgot that Sheree is back. The same thing I said about Milo applies to Sheree. If it was her, at this point, your rehearsed reads should be on standby if you're going to work with Kenya Moore. And Milo and Sheree worked with Kenya Moore for years. Yes, Drew worked with Kenya the last season, but Drew is still new compared to Milo and Sheree. Kandi had a lot more to say, and I did promise you all a more detailed video, but I'm on the move, and when I'm on the move, as in I'm handling my business, it's a weekend, I have errands to run. It's going to keep this about what Kandi said about her team and Kenya, and then I will come back later on and release the other part where she talked about, her situation with Milo, her future with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and everything else she had to say. Let me go back to Michael real quick. There's no reason to drag Michael in this video from me because Michael is not dragging Kenya or is not giving Kenya any type of energy, okay? Yes, he made a comment about Kandi feet being perfect and all of that. But that shade on Watch What Happens Live did not live, okay? It did not live up to whatever he was doing. It was an old read. We didn't care. Kenya demolished him. Case closed, okay? He said he and Kenya are cool. Kenya is reposting him. She's laughing. If he's not giving the energy, I'm not going to give the energy. Still not here for the guy. But yeah, so that's the reason why I said, wait a minute, round two. Oh, okay, he's being cool. Okay, so there's no reason for a round two. We good. He kept it together and did his best at keeping it respectful. So all good. When he crosses that line again, then you already know, Team Toro. Exactly. I also said I wasn't going to press play on the video, and then I pressed play for a few seconds on the whole Times Square video. Yeah, I just wanted you all to get a feeling of where I was coming from in describing the joy in Kandi voice. There's no way to really describe it than to at least press play to give you all a few seconds of that. Also, in the video I did where he said in this same interview with Kandi that Porsha is one of the greatest housewives of all time. One of, okay? So I didn't forget that part. I did a separate video on it. You can click the second link in the description below to watch that video. I'm going to make it the first link, but I be talking about links here, link there, that sometimes the links be all over the place, but just go in the description and you will see the title, and the link next to that title, that's the one I'm talking about. Okay. Remember how at the beginning of this video, I included a clip from the video I did. There you go. I also have a link of this video. That's why I said the second link. Okay. I did a video on Andy Cohen saying that there are two housewives that he's not here for. He hates, okay? But he keeps them around because they are good TV. In that video, I talked about the reason why Andy Cohen loves Black women like Porsha Williams, because they represent the stereotypes of Black women that they want to see on their network and their program. And I talked about how Kenya not matching that description of the type of Black woman that they want to see because she doesn't fit the stereotype of the fighting, that this, that, and all of the other stuff that, Porsha did on her show. And, we're not going to get into all of the things that she's done on the Real Housewives of Atlanta when it comes to physically putting her hands on people. Okay? That's the part we're talking about. I did not bring that part up in the Porsha and Michael video because I literally just talked about it a few days ago. And before that video, I think I've talked about it over 150 times on this channel. So it gets repetitive. So that's the reason why I did not bring it up. So for those of you who are leaving comments that Porsha represents this and that's why Michael like her, kudos to all of you who are starting that conversation in the comment section. I'm here for it. Do your thing. But I'm just letting you know why I didn't mention it, because I just did an entire breakdown about it just a few days ago. I am aware that not everyone listened to every single video, but just letting you all know, for those of you who missed that part, that's why they didn't talk about it again, because I just did. And lastly, I hope some of you caught when I was being sarcastic in that video. Michael said Porsha is one of the greatest, and I'm like, yeah, of course Porsha is one of the greatest. I mean, the woman went from, coming on here with a husband, and that's my husband, I have to ask for permission, to now being engaged. Of course Porsha is the greatest. She's still throwing plates. She's coming for Dennis' mama. Like, I hope you all caught my drift in that video. Sometimes when I'm going there, you really have to get my dry humor and where I'm going to get it. There are times where I literally just bust out laughing on here, and I include the clips of laughter. And there are some times where I'm just talking. There are times where some of you will come in the comments with a laughing face emoji, like, Vina, really? You just said that? Shady? And I'm like, what did I say? Because I'm not literally LOL, I'm not laughing out loud. So I hope some of you caught my drift when I was explaining and breaking down the evolution of Porsha Williams that Michael thinks makes her the greatest housewife. Okay, so I hope you all caught it. But if you missed that video, like I said, the link is in the description below. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe and take care. And here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.